Hi everyone, and so finally for today I'm going to be looking at my week ahead, looking at the global indices. I'm starting off here with the Dow, and I spoke last week about price being a little bit overextended on both the monthly and weekly timeframes, and what I was going to be looking for obviously are pullbacks for potential entry opportunities, and here again an outside candle, so that's a bit frustrating for traders who might have gotten in on a bullish candle and then of course they would have been stopped out on that single position. But really what I want to draw your attention to is this bearish candle here on the weekly. Okay, so historically, if I just enlarge this to kind of discuss what I'm going through, here we had sort of a red candle followed by green, sort of bearish, kind of indecision, then bullish, and then we had this pullback and then a finished bullish, carried on, little indecision candle here, pullback, carries on. Now we've got another red candle here. And so especially if we go back, you can see here as well, for example, we had a red candle, green, red, and then we get a red candle here and we pull back. Even over here, big move up, couple of red candles, pull back, couple of red candles, pull back. Here's also a great little example of what I'm getting to. Red candles, bit of a pullback, red candle, then another one and a pullback. Okay, so the point of this really being that generally it's not outside of the realm of possibilities that a bearish candle forming implies a pullback in the very near future. So this is what I have to see for this to unfold correctly. The market has to do two things. It has to close this week as a bearish candle. That's the first thing it has to do. That's the setup then, and then the follow through is that next week it has to break the low. So because the market could finish down here and finish up as a bullish candle, it could finish like this and then break down next week and then produce another bullish candle. But I am just highlighting this as something that I was expecting, and I kind of technically the weekly charts are due for a bit of a pullback into the moving averages, if nothing else. That also means that during that period, the weekly will become, the daily will become a little bit untradeable because its trend will potentially be broken. So this kind of behavior. But yes, just highlighting. So this is really what I'm looking for. This is something that I was wondering if we get this last week. Market's a bit overextended, and here we are. This is now looking at the S&P. Bearish candle, looking to see how this closes out the week. Again, usually there's a pullback in the near future after that. So this makes me, we've got a pullback here, might produce a bullish candle and another attempt up this week and another one. But usually what happens is we don't get an unlimited number of these bearish weekly candles before we do get a pullback. Okay, NASDAQ as well, also having pullback into the moving averages. This being a very, very nice bullish structure. So I'm not going to be surprised if it does another little bit of a move up. This is really what I'm watching, is where do we get to by Friday? Especially if price starts behaving, sort of failing to continue and follow through, then I'm looking to see if we finish with a bullish candle, because certainly distance-wise from the moving averages, it would not be outside of the realm of possibility and previous behavior for it to come back. Okay, it's definitely overextended on the monthly. It's a little bit at the top of its kind of channel range here in terms of its previous distance from moving averages there, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot to support that idea. It's just not a crazy idea. It just means I'm extra cautious. Same thing here, kind of looking at mini Russell, just a bullish attempt and immediately a pullback here. So usually this is followed by bearish divergence and almost certainly a pullback. Okay, so that, especially if it comes down here, breaks the low of this previous candle, then it's an issue. So that just means that daily trend. So this is looking a little bit precarious. Moving on to the FTSE 100, stuck within a range, and ping-ponging in that candle, not necessarily looking as bullish as it could, stuck within that range. So again, I'll keep an eye on that. And any of the others, what was the ASICs? This is the Australian one, well over, properly very overextended on the day, definitely due for a pullback. So I'll keep an eye on that weekly candle as well. So it's really, what it means is I'm very, very cautious. I may not take any positions this week at all. I really want to see how that weekly candle closes out, but I'll keep an eye on it as it unfolds. Generally looking at the 4-hour time frame. Is it starting to turn? Is it maintaining a downtrend, or is it managing to look bullish again? And so that will be the kind of highest time frame that I'll look at, generally monitoring how it unfolds over the next few days. And those are my thoughts there. So just cautious on those, because ahead of a potential setup for next week to break lower and then have a weekly retracement.